One of the coolest things that was shared with me, and this was Sheikh Suhail Mulla. He wears a lot of hats, but I believe he operates primarily out of Los Angeles. But alhamdulillah, I've had the incredible privilege of backpacking with him on a few different occasions. And I remember specifically having lunch alongside a creek, and the creek is burbling and making all of its noise and whatnot. And he says, you know, this is dhikr. And I said, well, what do you mean? He says, I mean, everything in creation is in a state of dhikr. And here we are listening to the dhikr of the creek. I thought, well, yeah, mashallah, yeah, I can see that. That makes a lot of sense. But he took it someplace that really, really stuck with me. He says, you know, there's a lot of anxious people in the world that can't get a decent night's sleep. And they have these machines that reproduce the sounds of nature, you know, water or winds or, you know, different sounds to help people relax. And he says there's an ayah in the Quran, and I don't, you know, I can't say the Arabic, or I haven't memorized it, but the English is, paraphrasing, is indeed the hearts find relaxation in the remembrance of God, in the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he said these things reproduce the dhikr of the creek or the dhikr of the winds. And people listen to these things when they're in these anxious states so that they can fall asleep. He said it's a manifestation of the ayah, and subhanallah, you know, it was a piece of wisdom that took me from beyond the mere appreciation of the fact that yes, we are in nature, we are immersed in the dhikr of the natural world, to understanding just how powerful that is in terms of bringing repose to the anxious. And mind you, irrespective of their religious tradition, you know, these are not people that are Muslims per se. Like, this is a universal thing. And I think that's something that we need to be really, really conscious of. You know, expanding our definitions of dhikr. You know, there's formalized dhikr, of course. There's certain litanies or formulations that we recite. There's the Quran that's you know, that we can read. These are formal manifestations of dhikr that are vouchsafed to the Muslims. But beyond that is the sort of universal dhikr that is at the heart of why it is so crucial to get people out here. Because whether you're Muslim, whether you're not Muslim, there is something in these spaces that is undeniably healing, that brings so much repose to troubled hearts, that recalibrates circadian rhythms, that you know, that urban life has thrown all out of whack. There is so much restoration, which is exactly what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promises us as the fruit of dhikr in the Quran. And it's accessible to all of us. There are people, for example, who are new to Islam, for whom these formal invocations, these Arabic litanies, the recitation of the Quran is very difficult. Like, it's you know, it's inaccessible for a little while. It's strange, it's exotic, it doesn't necessarily speak to their heart in any profound way. Like, that'll come, you know, as they're immersed in the community and through the guidance of mentors and whatnot. Like, they'll develop an appreciation for that, no doubt about it. But what about all of the time between now and then? You know, how do these people experience dhikr? And I would say, you know, through this universal opportunity of communion with the natural worlds, which we've said before has so much is reflective. The natural world is reflective of the angelic realm, in the sense that angels are in complete submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They're in a perfected state of dhikr at all times, unquestioning, unceasing dhikr, which is exactly what you are immersed in when you are in a place like this. There is not a soul around us. There is nothing outside of those of us who are here that has any choice in the matter. They are making dhikr as a function of their nature. The trees, the winds, the water here in the lake, these incredible goats, they are doing as the angels do. And so here we are immersed, making the choice to immerse ourselves in that sublime company, and we will absolutely benefit. Now, if we add to that, if we supplement, and this is the thing, we're supplementing with these religious prescriptions, these formal religious prescriptions, Arabic litanies, the recitation of the Quran, and undoubtedly these open up doors for us and so forth. But this is supplementary. What we are experiencing here, this is primal dhikr. This is the dhikr that is open to all people, irrespective of whatever religious tradition they might subscribe to. It's here, it's universal. And it's a tremendous proof of the unity, the tawheed of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.